In the name of Almighty Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent, the most benevolent. Very valuable audience, very good evening. As I have promised earlier that the prediction I have made on 11th October, and that was that Pakistan Medical and Dental Council has no mandate to bring about vital changes in admission regulations 2018. And by the grace of Almighty Allah, the judgment rendered by Hon'ble Lahore High Court, Lahore, today has endorsed my opinion, which is available on my channel, and that was recorded in my transmission on 11th October, almost 3 days ago. So this is all by the grace of Almighty Allah, and that was the rationale, that was the reasoning actually, which has convinced me that these amendments being made are unconstitutional, unlawful. To start my briefing, and as I submitted earlier, that one by one I will share with my audience that what effect or impact or ramifications they can have on their entry test, on their admission in medical and dental colleges. So let's begin first of all to address on very vital issue, and that is number one, and that is the inclusion or exclusion of 10% marks of matriculation. Learned audience, Pakistan Medical and Dental Council introduced its regulations 2018 for the admissions in MBBS and BDS courses, and those regulations, if I draw first of all your attention that the regulation 9 and the relevant sub-regulation is 8, which was relevant to medical and dental institutions admission test. And if I read the relevant provision, and that is what was initially introduced in 2018, and that regulation, sub-regulation 8 was that the candidate shall apply to concerned admitting university for admission by submitting his secondary school certificate, higher secondary school certificate, and his admission test result. And of course, secondary school certificate is equivalent to ordinary level, and higher secondary school certificate is equivalent to advanced level. The concerned admitting university shall prepare a merit list by weightage formula as under. And as I said earlier, this weightage formula was initially introduced in 2018 regulation, which says A, secondary school certificate or equivalent, ordinary level 10% weightage, B, FSC pre-medical and or higher secondary school certificate or equivalent, that is advanced level, 40% weightage, and admission test was given 50% weightage. That was initial regulation introduced in 2018. What Pakistan Medical and Dental Council did, and that was under challenge in the Honorable Court of Law, and Pakistan Medical and Dental Council unconstitutionally, unlawfully, without getting its regulation gazette notified, without having the legal mandate to make an amendment, what Pakistan Medical and Dental Council did, they have amended sub-regulation 8 of regulation 9, and the amendment they have brought or they have introduced, if I draw your honors, your good self attention, they have changed the weightage formula, and in that change they have given 50% marks for the tabulation of weightage to intermediate qualification, FSC, pre-medical, higher secondary school certificate or advanced level, and they have given 50% weightage to admission test, MD-CAT, and they have omitted the weightage of 10% given to matriculation or ordinary level. This was brought to the knowledge of Honorable Court that through this amendment dated 30th May 2019, Pakistan Medical and Dental Council has made changes, and Honorable Court of Law was also in fact convinced on the point through these submissions that they have not only made amendment in subregulation 8 of regulation 9, but they have also introduced a proviso which reads as under: provided that no candidate shall be considered eligible on merit if the student has not acquired a minimum of 60% marks in the admission test and the minimum qualification standards set down under subregulation 7 and obtained an aggregate merit of not less than 70% for medical and 60% for dental pursuant to the subregulation 8. So that was a proviso added, and through this judgment of Hon'ble Lahore High Court Lahore, they have set aside the amendments made on 30th May 2019 and the regulation which were actual regulations that was initially introduced, and those are now intact, and resultantly the admissions will be granted considering 10% marks in matriculation or ordinary level, 40% marks in intermediate or advanced level, and 50% marks to MDCAT result. So with these words, I wish you all the best, and now I'll get back to yourself with my second transmission, and I will further draw your attention that through this judgment of Hon'ble Lahore High Court Lahore, what other effects and impact we can have on our admissions in medical and dental colleges. My best wishes are with you. Allah Hafiz.